How can people change their story? How can someone take a negative experience and turn it into a positive? Well, it can be done according to one man. He's done it for himself. I welcome Thom Fox and Angela Lussier, both of the Bruno Fox Group, to talk about this. Thank you both for joining me this afternoon. Thom, let's start with you. Is it possible? Can you really take something negative and turn it into something positive?
You can. The challenge is the perspective. Within every negative, there is a positive, because there's a lesson in everything. When you start to examine why negative things happen, you start to understand the lessons that you've learned from it. And we're very big proponents of entrepreneurship, and it's very true in that space as well. When something happens, it's not necessarily a negative, it's a lesson. And as long as you can learn the lesson from it, capitalize on it, and use it as your forward momentum, you can change your life, and you can change your entire story. But it's really dependent upon the person.
Do you feel that some people, the energy that they put into looking at the negative side could be channeled into looking at the positive side as well too, and people kind of err in channeling the negativity as opposed to the positivity?
I could have chewed a hole through to China with my negativity. That's just how much momentum it gave me. But by changing that perspective and doing different things with it, I was able to do much more. Like right now, I'm currently the chairman of the board of directors for Junior Achievement of Western Massachusetts. I serve in the Financial Stability Board for the United Way. I've been on other committees, the Governor's Board for Financial Literacy and some other aspects. But that really came by meeting people like Angela and others that understood the challenges that sometimes people have when they live through negativity, and kind of helping them harness it and understanding that, you know, if you find like-minded people, if you find, as Seth Godin puts it, your tribe, it really is transformative, because now, instead of being surrounded by these negative factors and them pushing your energies in a certain way, you have these other folks that are well-intentioned and are saying, well, you have all these good attributes. What happens if we funnel them over here? And that's really where the magic happens.
And we'll come back to your story of where you came from. But Angela, when did it kind of hit you that, yeah, this makes sense? Like this is something that really resonated with you?
Well, I worked in, 10 or 12 different jobs since college, where I felt like I was doing a great job and I was working really hard, but I was surrounded by people that I didn't feel they understood my point of view. They didn't understand why I worked so hard. I felt like I was doing something wrong until I started to connect with people who had the same kind of viewpoint on business. Like, it can be exciting and it can be a lot of fun. And once you surround yourself with people who have the same point of view, a lot more good things happen.
Yes. And is that kind of, would you say, what changed your life when you came from a very negative, dark place to where you are at now?
Yeah, it started off with mentorship. It started off with someone making an investment in me and saying, you know, there's something inside of you, you don't see it, but I do. So let me help you get it there. And then from there, you start to connect with other people that are, again, like-minded, and you start to see, you know, you take the rough edges off, because you do have a lot of those rough edges, because you're coming from a different perspective with things. But once you start to get on track with that and you keep that momentum going, the more good people I get in front of you, it's just that much better that you can do for, not just for yourself, but for all the people around you.
When people reach out to you and say, hey, I want to hear your story, what do you tell them?
I'm pretty open about it now. Years ago, before I started the Bruno Fox Group, I worked for an organization, so it was really kind of difficult to get out there and talk about the personal aspects of things, because, you know, it's not what people want to hear in corporate America or things like that. But now that my life is my own, so to speak, through entrepreneurship, I have no problem sharing it and kind of with some of those challenges.
Now, talk about the Life Domination Day. What is that?
Well, it's a one-day revolution for women who want to get unstuck, plainly said. We find we come across a lot of people who have big dreams, they have aspirations, they know that there's a lot that they could be doing, but there's something stopping them. There's some small thing in their life that is making them feel stuck. And we thought if we could put together a one-day event that helps them address a lot of different pieces of what keeps people stuck, hopefully by the end of that 8 hours, they'll leave there feeling like, I know what it is that's been stopping me, and now I can move forward. And so it's a really powerful day. We have 5 different speakers. One person talks about how to change your story. First thing in the morning is like, hey, that story you've been telling yourself, that's not true. Let's create a new story today. And it's like the whole rest of the day is just revolutionary.
Do you think that men and women look at situations in life differently?
I think it depends on the person, really. We decided to target women for this event because we wanted to talk one language, talking more about like the family, balancing family and work, and the sort of challenges that women have. But I've done a lot of career counseling over the years with men and women, and I find that they have a lot of the same challenges. It's just each person has their own different background.
What advice would you give to a woman if she's maybe dealing with that struggle between juggling work and life and family and home?
I think you have to really know what your priorities are. If you're trying to make everything a priority, then nothing is a priority. So being able to list out what's the number one most important thing in your life. If your number one most important thing is your family, well then the job has to be second, because both of them can't be first. So first figure out what's important to you, and then you can kind of create each day around that and making sure that you're putting your priorities first, and that if your family's number one, well then you need to make sure you're making time for that. And if you're not, then you're not being true to yourself. It's a process.
And I'm sure you would agree with that as well, the process from becoming stuck to unstuck.
No, indeed, and part of the reason I really enjoyed Life Domination Day and getting involved in it is, with my background, I lost 10 years of my life to being a drug addict. I was homeless. I was probably the worst person you ever could meet in your life, and I really didn't get any support specifically from the women in my life, and mainly because they didn't have an infrastructure for that support, and they were kind of like left out there on their own. And a program like this and working with these individuals helps them to find that center. So we're able to kind of take those challenges, and we don't need more kids left behind, and we don't need these people going through these very adverse situations in their life, especially when there's youth support networks out there. So by creating Life Domination Day, it was an opportunity to really work with some quality individuals, coaches in the area, and put together something impactful. And when we had our first one in January, just walking out of there, the room was just a buzz, and everybody really found value in it. So it was really, really worthwhile.
Great. Thank you so much, Thom Fox and Angela Lussier from the Bruno Fox Group. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.